got a chapter.
Can't be asked, man.
I've got a friend in need. Chapter 1. Chapter
So
1,
I've given
a
you
friend
a
in
handout.
need. Chapter 1, art handouts.
I've given you one of the 2 handouts for this chapter. I
Oh my
hope you're
God,
happy.
There he is. Look at him. Look at the lad. Is that coming up on stream? That is coming up on stream. Okay. Oh, look at this. Look at this happy lad. Look at this guy.
Look at that fucking fireplace.
Yeah, but look at the guy. Look at him. Doesn't he look...
Oh my God, that's a baller ass fireplace, bro. I want that shit.
Look at the fucking... What animal have they got mounted on the wall?
Yeah, that appears to be a
bugbear.
It appears to be a penis eagle.
I'm gonna be completely honest, Callum. I'm
sure
not seeing
off
the
the top of my
penis in
head.
this one.
I am. Look at that thick purple. It's like
yeah,
it's
got like
Toby, you
like
see a penis in everything.
it's got like a purple shaft neck.
I don't think there's enough neck for you to make that cool. I think you might just be projecting.
Yeah,
Are
I
you,
feel
telling
like
me, are you telling me yours doesn't look like that?
when people discuss like phallic imagery, usually it's for things that are longer than they are wide. Now,
some of us don't have the same point of reference, Fox.
Oh, Callum's got like a disc penis.
things we did not need to know. Part 176.
It's like one of those big caveman wheels. It's got a square urethra. We should start before I say anything else.
Welcome to Dungeons and Dragons, everybody. I bet you missed this.
That's how the YouTube upload starts.
God, I hope this makes the edit. Another day in Waterdeep. Another night spent drinking my sorrows away in the yawning portal. What is it that brings me to this place night after night? The ale? The food? The atmosphere? Maybe it's the promise of being ripped to shreds at any moment by the monsters that lurk in that gaping hole in the floor. Fitting, isn't it? That such a well-revered city would be built on a foundation of darkness and despair? Maybe the Undermountain isn't the only dark secret hidden below the surface. Maybe I'm just cynical. One such monster came up tonight. Some poor fool too brave, too stupid, or too drunk to know better decided to test his fate and venture down that godforsaken hole. While he ended up in 2 pieces, so did the troll that followed him back up here. We made sure of that, my new associates and I. We were rounded up after the fight by a man they call Volafam Gedarm. Local celebrity. Author of more books than you can shake a war scythe at. But seeing him standing there worried sick for his missing friend makes you realize that no matter how many people know your name, we're all just scared deep down. Flume Blackmar is the poor sap's name. Last seen of the skewered dragon playing fast and loose with his life savings. Maybe he risks more than just his money in that card game. There's only one way to find out. Some good old-fashioned detective work. Luckily Volo has come to the right gnome. I can only hope we find him before trouble does. But as I know all too well, trouble has a way of showing its ugly head whenever presented the opportunity.
Take a quick skim over to the map of Waterdeep, on which I have helpfully marked the yawning portal. Unfortunately, there isn't a mark for the skewered dragon.
Right. Okay.
Welcome to the city of Waterdeep. You guys step outside the yawning portal, determined to find where Floon is. Unfortunately, you haven't been given the best of directions to the skewered dragon. So I think one of you hasn't been in the city very long.
I haven't.
Said he's been here like 2 days.
So
Yeah.
definitely not Helga. Everyone else has been here at least a month, right?
Yeah, I've been here for like 4 or 5.
Cool. So can you guys make history checks? to see if you remember where the skewered dragon is, because Volo
Sure
gave
thing.
shit direction.
I'll do it just in case I roll a 20 and end up having to on the way here.
Yeah, sure, I'll allow it.
seasoned
one
That's pretty
off.
good.
One off. Ari, of course, knows where the skewered dragon is, roughly. Although not exactly, I imagine Ariandel never been to such a depraved establishment. So, you know that it's towards the south of Dockward, between Net Street and Fillet Lane, somewhere around here.
Okay.
What would you guys like to do?
Well, it's a bit of a walk. I suppose we have to do it, I guess. Are we just going to go straight there?
Uh,
What do you think it is?
yeah, sure. I mean, that's pretty much the only lead we've got, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That in his house.
Yeah.
Why can we not draw on the map, please? This is an important.
House, Dick.
No, I meant the drawing down by.
The dead dragon.
Oh, right.
Skewered.
You've
Yeah,
got
indeed.
it's you a dragon.
Thank you, Rob.
Again.
Yeah.
He doesn't look very skewered.
That's because I haven't drawn it yet. I don't have your talents, Adam.
Right. So, you guys make your way through Dockward. Dockward, as you know, is not the safest of areas
Oh,
in
good.
Waterdeep. It can get a bit rough down here. And indeed, as you turn a corner, you find yourselves on a street that has been cordoned off by the City Watch. Lying on the cobblestones are a half-dozen corpses.
Jesus.
Oh, wow.
Watch officers have disarmed and arrested 3 blood-drenched humans and are in the midst of questioning the crowd and witnesses.
May I use perception to see if any of the corpses are early 30s, wavy, light red hair? Male.
You don't even
Hopefully,
need
hopefully with a
to-
Flynn Blagmar name badge.
You don't even need to use perception for that. You can quite clearly see that none of those,
Damn.
none of the body
Are there any
match the description.
alive but wounded people around?
Let me have a quick look.
Not that I have any healing spells.
There are 3 criminals, the 3 blood-drenched humans, who are kneeling at the side of the street, being watched by a couple of watch. They look a little worse for wear.
Okay, I'm not sure I want to start healing criminals, so I'll take that out.
Can I do an insight check to maybe get a better comprehension of what's going on?
Sure. Sure you can. Though, before you make a roll, as you approach the scene to get a bit of a better look, one of the watch officers sees you approaching and turns and walks up to you and says, "Get on. Nothing to see here."
Do you have like an ID badge you can flash? You can say like, Wachowski, GI.
Do I thought is that gonna? Have I got any clout here?
I'm pretty confident that you've made yourself a badge. I would be shocked if Noman Kachalski has not made himself a badge. You're welcome to try and bluff your way into the crime
Sure.
scene.
Okay,
Oh,
I'm gonna
please.
say,
Oh, please.
I'm gonna say, it's okay. I'm a gnome investigator.
A gnome investigator, as in you investigate gnomes?
No, I am a gnome.
I mean, I can see that. But why specify that you're a gnome? I can see that you're a gnome.
Can I have a look on that?
Roll to persuade.
Oh dear.
Fucking One Punch Man scene where it's like, who's the sassy lost child?
Oh, look at that! Is that a nat 20?
Nat 20!
Yeah! Jesus fucking Christ, I should never let you guys look. This wasn't even meant to be a big thing.
That's fine, we're rolling with it.
Sure. Come on through. Are these your people? She gestures to the rest of the party.
Yeah, they're with me.
She blinks a couple of times as she looks over the three of you. Before sighing and nodding you all.
Oh, lovely.
Oh shit.
If you need anything, and she points to one of the other watch members, Darren will be happy to catch you up on what's going on. And she goes back to looking over the three blood-drenched humans.
I tip my hat to her and go ahead.
My lady.
Alright, now may I do an insight check?
Now you'd like to do... Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm going to roll that as well.
Yeah, I'm sure anyone who wants to roll insight.
I might as well.
Oh, look at me, I'm detecting the fuck out of this.
Yeah.
Not as much.
Does Ari want to make a...
Ari does not.
Ari does not deign to roll.
The troubles of the peasants.
You know, that's not a fair representation of the character you spent very little time interacting with.
So, Gunther and Helga, you guys, this, to quote our favorite film, you reckon this could be a murder. You're not quite sure, the two of you, but you're pretty confident that the three blood-drenched humans are probably the ones who have done this, looking at the way, or at least that appears to be how the Watch is treating them. They're not being treated as witnesses or survivors, they're very much being treated as potential suspects. You notice as you look over the three of them, they sort of catch your eye, sort of not looking away, almost daring you to say something. The bodies on the floor are made up of all kinds of people. Noman, you see many things.
Oh my God.
You see all of that. You notice that the blood-drenched humans are bandits. They're not regulars within the city. They're outsiders. They've been brought in. Their victims look to be dressed as one of them looks to be dressed like a local, just a worker from the dock ward, but the rest look, they're wearing light armor, and while this doesn't strike the others as odd, you've known Waterdeep long enough that you understand that that is a bit weird for Waterdeep, even in times like these.
Okay.
I think that's what you see pretty much.
Isn't there like a head honcho that Callum can talk to?
It was that guy, wasn't there?
Was it Darren?
Darren, yes. Darren is kneeling down by one of the corpses. He's
I'll get him head height to me then.
He's fully decked out in protective gear so as to not like contaminate the crime scene and stuff. What would you like to do?
Can I like sidle up to him like I'm also inspecting what he's looking at?
Go ahead.
What seems to have happened here?
The temptation to do Officer Peepers right now. Well, it appears that we've had a bit of a brawl. Another one of those nasty things. They've been getting far too common for my liking. I reckon this is probably escalation of the nastiness we've seen from the Zents last week. Who are you again?
Noam Kachalski, GI. Don't worry, I've already been cleared.
Right. Well, yes, it's honestly not that exciting. We have things like this fairly often these days. Wish we didn't, but not much we can do.
Do I already know about this thing that he mentioned last week? Would that have been
by last week? Last week is when the violence in Waterdeep started to be noticeably higher than usual.
Who did he say? Was it Zents?
Zents. Z-H-E-N-T. You guys encountered them last campaign.
You remember those guys?
Noman doesn't remember that campaign.
No one will know of the Zents for sure.
The Zents were the fellas at the very start.
I should, right? Having spent a long time in this lovely city.
Yeah, I imagine you'll know the Zents. I'm not so sure. I don't think Helgar does.
Helgar would not know what the fuck
Helgar doesn't know what the fuck
a Zent is.
It's a type of fly, right?
But yeah, Noman, you know the Zents are also known as the Black Network. They're like they're the real large scale organized crime.
The mafia.
Yeah,
but with dragons.
Dragon Mafia.
Alright, we haven't established this yet, but I imagine my character has like a notebook.
That's fine.
So I'm gonna jot all this down in my notebook.
Cool. As you approach, you notice that with that fantastic investigation, you notice from the corpse in front of you where's this description? On the palm of her hand, there's a tattoo.
Oh, I love this.
And
wait, whose hand?
You will recognize it immediately. It's a circle with 10 spokes radiating out, and that is the mark of the Xanathar Guild.
Oh,
whose hand is this?
The corpse.
Oh, okay.
My pencil on my snaps and my fingers.
That's the ones that abducted Callum, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
In character, we don't know this, do we? So
you guys don't know any of this yet.
Gotta spoil some stuff for us, Callum.
Alright,
I think
me
and Callum were talking about like how Gunther and Noman know each other. How much they know, and we think.
Okay.
We think they've like they think they know about each other's like.
Okay, cool. In that case,
so I might not
you
necessarily
don't.
recognize
You probably don't know the tattoo.
You don't know the tattoo, but you do.
But you know what Xanathar's Guild is from my telling, I guess.
I'm aware of Noman's drive to hunt them down.
Yeah.
Alright, I think at this revelation, I'll let out a dismissive grunt and turn back Alright, nothing to see here. We have a man to find. Let's go.
Oh my god.
You pass from the Cordon Street and continue your walk through Dockwood. Tall. It's full of tall and densely packed buildings. Most of the ward is in shadow at ground level because of this. If you look around, you'll notice that the street lamps, the glass is often smashed, and candles have been stolen from them by people desperate for light sources in the winter months.
It's summer, though.
If
Yeah,
you
haven't replaced them yet.
Yeah, they haven't replaced them because it's the dock ward. Nobody gives a fuck, mate.
It's truly the Croydon of D&D.
It is, though. It really is. Dock ward is Croydon, and Bromley is the southern ward.
Excellent.
The air is crisp. You're by the sea. You've got that lovely sea air. But if you stand in the same place too long, the smell of excrement lingering from rows and rows of rundown buildings can be overpowering.
Oh god.
As you approach Fillet Lane, for people drawing a line, it's that portion of Snail Street you've actually just started to draw down that was cordoned off.
Oh, okay, cool.
So you've taken the side route through Trollcrook Alley.
Ah, alright. So,
Excellent, yes. And towards Fillet Lane. On the corner of Zastrow Street and Fillet Lane, one shop stands out from the others. A deep purple facade. In its window, there hangs a little stuffed toy beholder.
Oh boy. I wonder if that has anything to do with the one on the front cover of the...
Metagaming!
Above the door, there's a sign with elaborate lettering saying
Foreshadowing.
Zoblob Shop.
Sorry, let's spell that.
Old Zoblob Shop. That's Xoblob.
Amazingly you said it and I'm still not sure how to spell it.
Xoblob. Okay. Old Zoblob Shop. The Skewered Dragon is just across the road from it. What do you guys like to do?
Do any of us know what the fuck a Zoblob is?
It's a person, isn't it?
Wait, or do we? Does anyone else know what the shop is? Do we have to roll like history or something for that, or do we know this shop?
Anyone who's been in the city for more than half a year is welcome to roll history to know the old Zoblob Shop.
Is that just me?
Callum's been here a long time.
I reckon I've been here at least a good couple of years.
Okay, I thought you'd been here like 6 months and less.
Yeah, actually, no need to roll history.
Like, you'll take my 19 and you'll like it.
Because Noman is probably familiar with this shop. So, Noman, you know that the beholder in the window. Sorry, that wasn't a stuffed toy beholder. That's an actual stuffed beholder. My bad. Reading.
It's a taxidermied beholder.
Yes, it's a taxidermied beholder.
That's quite a different vibe.
My apologies. My apologies.
Changed the aesthetic.
Comes from toy shop.
I thought it was quite quaint.
I mean, it's still quite quaint because the beholder's like got a bit of a grin going. Like
If
it
they
looks
start googly
cheeky.
eyes on it.
No, no, kind
It
of.
doesn't need them.
Fox, there's a
It
big-
doesn't need them.
There's a big difference, right, between a
Yeah, I
stuffed
know.
toy bear and a taxidermied bear.
Okay, but a stuffed toy beholder is still kind of weird.
I mean, I wouldn't know because it's D&D
It's
world.
D&D.
Anyway, this stuffed beholder, you know, is in fact what the shop is named after. The shop, the beholder's name was Zoblob, and yeah, you have been here before.
What exactly does this shop sell?
Omen, you know that this shop sells trinket. You also know that the shopkeep is reliable as a lookout. He keeps an eye on the streets in general.
Okay,
I
cool.
mean, if he's got a beholder outside, hasn't he got like 20 eyes to keep an eye on things?
It is in fact a taxidermied beholder. It is dead. But yeah, if anyone's interested, I've just got to find the table of things that are in the shop. But yeah, what would you guys like to do? Moment, if you want to tell.
Should we just make a note of it now, or should we go in there?
Well, if I know,
Nova's leading the charge at the moment, so
if I know the guy in there and I know that he looks out on the street, it might be worth asking him.
Yeah, I'd be.
And now in the GI voice?
we could split up and
Aye.
search for clues. Two of us go in the thing to ask the man, and two of us go in the other thing.
I think that's just asking for a fight to kill us.
Yeah, alright, yeah, we did.
What do you mean? That's never happened before.
Alright, should I say, I know the guy that owns this store. I reckon we can ask him and see if he's seen anything.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice.
Cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
A cloud of lavender-scented purple smoke trails out of the shop's door as you peer inside. Every wall is painted purple, and every dusty knick-knack on the shelves dyed a deep violet. The hairless old gnome sitting cross-legged on the plum-coloured robes.
Oh, yeah, of course he's a gnome.
Can I get a gnome discount?
Can we do our secret gnome handshake?
God damn it. His cheeks are decorated with 9 purple
It's too small.
face-painted
for the
eyes.
to see.
His cheeks are decorated with 9 eyes. Did he
9
kill the
purple
beholder?
face-painted eyes. The gnome lowers a pipe and exhales a cloud of lavender smoke before raising a hand. Hail and well met. Come browse the shelves of the most curious curiosity shop in the world.
Oh, I hate him.
The gnome is puzzled by your instant dislike.
You enter the shop, and each of you, various things catch your eye.
Helgot has rarely seen the colour purple, so he's slightly freaking out right now.
Noman, your eye is caught
Very confused.
by... See, I rolled on this table and it says it's a silver spoon, but obviously it's like painted purple. But it's made of silver. It's a silver spoon with an M elegantly engraved in the handle.
An M.
An M.
Okie dokie.
Oh, mother. Helgar, you are fascinated by this small scrap of cloth that's on one of the shelves. Gunther? There is for fuck's sake, this gives a colour. A whistle made from gold-coloured wood, dyed purple.
Wait, what? How?
Everything in the shop has been dyed purple.
How do you know it's gold-coloured wood?
It's kind of a goldy purple.
My campaign.
Okay.
And finally, Harry. That's high up on the table. Okay. You're fascinated by this small idol depicting. You have to roll.
Is he kind of an anime figure?
It's an Ozume, oh my god.
Trust me, this isn't an anime figure.
It's gonna be something creepy as fuck.
Where's
It's
there it is?
you. It's an idol of you, Rob.
That would be amazing.
Your own voodoo doll.
You can
I mean,
kill
if I have
yourself
it,
with
no
it.
one-
It's like
Use it against
it's like a Twilight Zone episode or something.
Let's go.
It's an amiibo. He's found an amiibo.
A mysterious object. Purple in colour.
A small purple night hag idol.
A night
Night
hag.
Hag.
Night tag.
Night hag.
Do I need to roll anything to recognise what a night hag is?
Yeah, actually, go on. Roll nature, please.
God.
Or actually, no, I think they're Fey Arcana.
Oh, it's... I don't mind taking a roll that's basically one of...
Or we'll go with. Jesus Christ. Yeah, you. Some horrific creature. Evidently a humanoid magic user that scares the ever-loving shit out of you.
Oh, great. I cast it back to the shelf.
But you're all, each of you, that is the item you have been fascinated with as you enter this shop.
Oh, that's concerning.
Is there any way I
For no real rhyme or reason.
insight to check it, like, to see if I can... I mean, it could be a whistle, but this looks like the kind of guy that might sell, like a magic whistle.
We're going to try and see if it was a bong.
If anyone has detect magic, you can use that.
Which we shouldn't, because we're like level 1.
So no, you can't.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if you do have it.
You can always ask. You can be like, "Hey, chief, is this a magic?"
Oh yeah, that was
Magic
my
whistle?
next step. I just wanted to see if I could do that without.
Oh yeah, you can ask.
So, anything up with this whistle, or is this just a whistle?
It's a very nice whistle, friend.
But
I love his voice.
But it's just a whistle.
It's a very nice whistle.
Does anything happen if I blow it?
Yeah, makes a sound. He takes the whistle from your hand and just gives it a quick blow to demonstrate.
I'm going to very, very grumpily put the whistle back on the shelf.
As you do so, he says, "It's 4 gold if you want it."
4 gold.
I think I'll keep my gold, thanks.
No worries, friend. Have a great day.
Helgar makes his way over to the counter with his purple piece of cloth.
Mm-hmm.
Helgar would like cloth.
Ah. Friend Helgar? Can I call you Helgar?
Yes.
Helgar, this is no ordinary cloth. This is taken from a banner used in battle some 200 years ago. This banner led an army. It's yours for 5 gold.
Helgar starts sweating. Okay. He sort of grabs the cloth and slowly makes his way back to the chest to put it back.
So you said that I knew the owner of the store.
I think you know of him.
I know of him. I'm not acquainted with him.
Yeah.
And what was his name again?
You just know him as the owner of the old supply shop. You've never known his name.
I thought the shop was named after him.
No, the shop was named after the beholder.
Oh, okay. My bad. Okay, in which case I will approach the owner to do a bit of investigation work.
Well, howdy there, friend.
Hello. We're currently looking for someone who was here, who was in the Skewered Dragon a couple of nights ago. We're wondering if you'd seen anything. And I'll give a description of Floon as we've been.
Description, yeah, sure.
You got to describe him.
I don't remember what he looks like.
Early 30s with wavy light red hair.
I'm not. He looks nervous, uncomfortable. He looks uncomfortable when you ask him this question. And he sort of stammers a bit.
Are we all within like earshot of this conversation, or is this like?
Yeah. It's a small shop.
Okay.
And he says, well, I may have seen something.
Can we like insight into that?
There's what insight into what?
Insight into his. That's the whole point. Like
he looks.
his long and curious pause.
He looks like he.
We haven't actually made it roll yet. So.
He looks uncomfortable. He looks like he doesn't want to just be giving out information.
Alright, that's fair enough. I've been down this road before, I'm sure.
Is he?
What was that, Fox?
What's it to you?
Well, we've been tasked with finding this guy. So if there's any information you can give us, it'd be much appreciated.
What's in it for me?
Helga will buy shiny cloth if you give us what we want.
Roll persuasion.
Well, fuck me. I was the wrong character to do this, boys!
Oh my god!
No.
I fucking told you that Helga can't talk his way out of shit.
Then why did you do it?
He's not that aware of the fact that he can't talk his way out of shit.
I like this. He just levels you with a flat stare and doesn't dignify that with a response.
Helga is sort of nervous that he's upset this gnome, so he goes, "Oh, Helga might buy it anyway."
He looks a little brighter after that.
Alright, we'll play it your way. What do you want from us?
Ah, I'll take any old purple trinket.
Oh, fuck. That's a cool side quest, bro.
Oh god.
Okay. Weird request, but not the weirdest I've ever heard. We'll be back.
We always come back.
Tarblob's looking forward to it.
Of course. How's
Is the
the
beholder
character?
painted purple?
I believe it is a purple beholder. Double
It
check.
better be.
It doesn't explicitly say, but I'm going to say yes, it's purple beholder.
Nice.
Alright, cool. Well, I'm leaving the shop.
Yeah.
I'm done here.
Yeah.
What would you guys like to do?
As I
You're a dragon.
Okay, Ari?
I'm gonna turn around, and as we leave, I'm just gonna levelly stare at the gnome, and then turn away.
Okay,
I'm
good.
memorizing
Nods
his
as you
face.
can. Cool.
I would like to stop. I'd like to sort of I'd like to turn to Ari, and I would like to say, you seem like you come from a place of somewhere with money. Surely
Somewhere
you've got
what?
something
Sorry.
With money.
Okay.
Surely you've got something purple lying around that you don't need.
Whilst I can see the need, I feel that giving away our possessions may be too hasty a step. I imagine that looking at the rest of the trinkets in there, I imagine that we could find our own little trinket and then just paint it purple. That would certainly save any issues with compensation.
Yeah, alright, but you're buying the paint.
Is D&D like medieval England, where purple is incredibly difficult to come across?
Probably.
Roll a
Roll for
something
purple.
or other.
Roll for purple. So you head a little way down Fillet Lane, where the skewered dragon stands. The skewered dragon looks like a ruin. Both of its front-facing windows are smashed,
Oh dear.
and a ship's anchor is lodged in the roof.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
Wait, what?
I love it.
How? What? What?
Land,
How?
land roller.
Through the shattered windows, you can see a group of patrons drinking from huge tankards.
Oh my god.
Playing
I like this
cards.
place.
Wait, so I imagine this is a like an intentional thing. Like this is this inn's gimmick.
That was a word-for-word reading from the book. So yes, that was intentional.
No, I mean, as in something hasn't just crashed into this thing in the last couple of days.
Oh,
Out of game. Do spelljammers exist in this universe, or am I thinking
don't
of
fucking
some
know.
other? Okay.
there's probably something that prevents you from using. Yeah, no, there's definitely some.
No,
sort of
no. Oh, okay.
anti-magic field. to them.
Spelljammers are like flying magical ships, and they're in a D&D setting, which I think is literally called Spelljammer. So that's what I'm asking about.
Right. I don't believe so. No.
Cool.
Spell jamming. Spell jamming. I want to spell jam it with you.
Hashtag callback.
Can I? What kind of roles are there that I'm the?
We can fucking walk inside first.
Yeah, that's not what I'm looking
Itching
for.
to roll.
That's not.
Harry hasn't done anything in a while. What can I roll here?
Can I roll a history check to see what I know of the inn and the area? Just the local area, the Fillet Street.
No.
Okay, that's fine.
Just because we've done a lot of rolls for history
Wow.
today.
No
I already
history.
feel like I'm over reliant on it. But I mean, what you do know is that the Skewer Dragon is a bit of a dive. It's got a bit of a reputation for not being one of the better establishments.
Okie doke.
I'm going to lean over to Helgar and say, "You go first."
Helgar points himself nervously. Helgar goes first?
Helgar goes first.
Helgar slowly starts to walk into the skewer dragon.
What a manipulative arsehole.
Truly, nothing like your last character.
Wow. Even the DM is against me.
A strange word comes to Helgar's mind. Does?
Helga, you walk into the skewered dragon, and the atmosphere immediately becomes tense. Rounds of cards just stop. People very slowly set down their tankards while glaring at you.
They don't serve orcs here.
Helgar is looking for someone.
Deadly silence.
I whisper, "Go on."
Helgar wants to know about Floon Blackmar. Is there Floon Blackmar?
Slowly but surely, the patrons of the bar stop glaring at you and just go back to their drinks.
Jesus Christ.
I turn back to everyone and shrug.
I think I'm going to take the initiative and go up to the bar.
Okay.
Are we going off the same drink prices as last campaign?
I believe.
Not that I remember. It was like, what, 2 silver for an ale?
Let me double check. This is probably the wrong thing. Oh no. For a mug, it's 4 coppers.
Oh, that's way cheaper.
Which is, I believe, the same as last time. It was 2 silver
Oh.
for a gallon.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah, I remember now. So is that 4 copper?
Yes, 4 copper.
Alright, I'll put down 4 copper. Ale.
Sure. The barkeep slides a mug of ale across the counter, nodding at you as he pockets the copper.
Thanks. Hey, don't suppose you saw a guy in here a couple nights ago?
I see a
Wave
lot of
it
guys in here.
Can I give him the description again?
Roll insight.
Roll insight. Thank Duke.
Come on. Remember the
This is my-
description.
Let's go inside.
Wow.
This is my wheelhouse.
The barkeep looks like he doesn't much trust you, and sort of like you're a bit of an annoyance to him. He's got a bit of a cruel sneer to his look. And he's definitely looking down on you, and not just because you're, like 2 feet tall. He leans across the bar as you're about to start describing Floon. And he looks you in the eye and he says, Folks around here don't take kindly to strangers showing up, getting their noses up in our business.
Sorry about that. I was distracted by something. I see. I appreciate that. Out of interest, what exactly would it take to get the information I need?
The barkeep looks around, as if just checking that the patrons aren't in earshot. I'll exchange information for the right price.
Not a purple trinket, is it?
You've been speaking to Zarblob.
Zoblob is both the name of the gnome and the name of the beholder.
There's lore behind that.
No.
Oh god, he is the beholder.
The barkeep looks at you expectantly.
Alright. Don't suppose there's really any sort of check I can use to figure out what he means by the right price. So I imagine
He wants money.
he wants money, yeah. I
Around
imagine
here,
that's-
they want money.
how much money? That's the key. Could
How
I-
much do you value this information?
How much are we thinking, guys? Oh, Chris.
How much money do we all have?
I've got 25 gold on me.
I've got 25 gold.
Are we allowed to roll again now?
Roll for what?
Insight.
Roll for finances.
Even more insight.
Roll for accounting.
We've just had insight into the bar.
Sorry, yeah, Count. Did you not ask? Maybe I misheard you. Did you not ask like how much you thought it would be?
No.
Okay, alright.
Not in
Sorry, I must have
character,
misheard you.
You usually don't ask the person how much they want as the bribe.
Christ.
How much money do you have, Rob?
More than you know, and
Oh
less
my
than you're
God.
allowed.
Yeah, rich man. Goddamn white privilege over here.
No.
Does 5 gold sound like it's going to be high enough?
I
Maybe.
have no concept of D&D economics, so...
Yeah, this is a real problem.
Just roll.
Well, I can give you a list of prices of various day-to-day expenses. Help you get an idea.
Yeah, so 2 gold.
Information is a
Sure.
day-to-day expense.
2 gold is
I mean, yeah.
aristocratic or like
2 gold
comfortably
will
wealthy or
get
something.
you a night's stay in a wealthy inn.
Okay, that's quite
My
good.
kind of place.
2 gold will get you an aristocratic meal for a day. Like,
Okay.
like all 3
Goddamn,
meals.
that's a long meal.
2 gold will get you a skilled hireling for a day.
Wait, a what?
A
Economics
skilled
and
Is
Is
that like a?
so
Is that,
screwed
that's-
up.
that sounds like a live flashlight,
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
like a prostitute quarterling.
hate you.
That pixie you were hanging out with at the...
Yes.
That would technically also be the price of a prostitute, who I
I see.
guess count as skilled hireling.
I'm thinking then, like, 3 gold maybe?
Yeah,
3 gold, yeah, sure.
you can have a good night.
Yeah.
Jesus. Alright,
The guy is an innkeeper. In a
I'm gonna
remote area of town.
covertly slide over 3 gold pieces.
She smiles widely for the first time since you stepped into the bar and asks you for a description of Floon. You give it. And he says, "Yeah, I remember him. He was in here betting with some friends a few nights back. One of his friends left. Another one arrived. The other one, Reynard Neverember.
Sorry.
Yes, Rob?
You did say never Ember, right?
Yes. Raina Never.
Raiden, okay.
Never Ember. By the way, you should know the name. The previous open Dagult Never Ember. The last open lord was Dagult Never. Anyway, he says, one of the patrons sitting beside you at the bar chuckles at the name. Like, chip off the old block, that one, he says. Barkeep nods. Yeah, just another spoiled rich rubbing our noses in it. Harry, can you make an insight check?
I can make an insight check.
Oh! Like the back of his goddamn hand!
Everyone in the bar is giving you side eye while this guy says that.
I'm amazed I'm disrecognizable.
I mean, you're obviously a noble.
I'm well dressed, but we'll see.
And nobody here fucking likes a noble. And you have very much picked up on that.
Out of me and Ari, we're not exactly in these people's good books.
Actually, Helga, you roll insight as well.
Oh, okay. How about oh, here we go. Oh my god! I don't see any.
This place looks great. That's so friendly. You want to come here all the goddamn time?
This is the most Helgar thing.
Oh, Helga.
Are they like? Do they care about clerics? Is that a thing I have to worry about?
No, you don't have to worry about that. I'm not even gonna make you roll for that.
I hate heals.
I'm
Anyway.
just completely like I blend in.
I turned to Adam and
cheaper clothes.
I turned to Adam and give a thumbs up.
I would like to. I'd like to pull like a kind of a forlorn, sympathetic smile and nod my head slightly.
Anyway, the barkeep continues. Now, those two looked awful alike.
Sorry, which two?
Um,
That wasn't even. That was out of
Flynn and
character.
Raynor.
Okay,
Flynn
cool.
and Raynor. They played some cards and left for the night. 5 more strangers followed them out.
Ooh. But so
One of the
they left with
patrons.
Raynor.
They followed Raynor out.
Oh right, but Floon was with Raynor when they left.
Floon and Raynor left together.
Yeah, that's what I was asking.
Another patron pipes up. She pipes up with, "There might be strangers to some round here, but I've seen them before. Down on Candle Lane. It's a warehouse. It's where they work. Look for the snake symbol on the door."
That'd be mightily helpful when we only paid this.
Yeah,
guy.
Let's obviously, having discovered that the people in the room dislike me for reasons they probably should take a second look at. Harry is very suspicious of this surprising helpfulness. Can I also roll insight, or will the same roll continue?
The same roll is good enough. They might really not like you, but you definitely get the sense that these guys did not like these strangers.
Right.
So there's a sort of enemy of my enemy going on here, and they're warming up to your party a bit.
Alright, cool. That's never a bad thing.
Can I question? So obviously we're doing this in GP and not Waterdeep currency.
GP is the same as Waterdeep. Everything up to GP.
Oh
is
yeah,
the same.
okay. Yeah, I forgot about that. Can I? I'm not going to be an arsehole about it. Slide
Gasp! Shock.
gold over to Deep barkeep.
Rob has
Okay, cool.
paid for like a week's worth of drinks for some strangers.
A week's worth of drinks.
I mean, it depends on how fast they drink it.
Getting the right window. Yeah. Okay.
He's paid their tab. Maybe they had quite a big tab already. Maybe that's where it's all gone.
Yeah, because poor people, they're always getting into debt, aren't they, folks? That's how it works.
These particular poor people might be in debt. I am hypothesizing about this situation.
What kind of credit facilities are available in Waterdeep? Loan
Plenty,
shark
actually.
time, guys. We're going to become loan shark.
Moving swiftly onwards. We're back out. Are you guys leaving the?
I sat down.
Yeah,
We're
he
gonna
sat
do
down.
that.
He sat down to provoke them for some reason.
I forgot about this. Yes,
I was hoping we would have left that in the realm of
in the
lost
realm of
time.
drops out of stream and therefore never actually happened. What would you guys like to do?
Is Ari doing the thing, or are we skipping past that?
I'm very curious as to see what happens. Am I allowed to do the thing?
You're allowed
Is
to
it-
sit at a bar and drink, mate.
Yeah, is it what Ari wants to do?
That's legal.
So I sit down and I beckon my friends over, my fellow party members, who I don't know the names of apart from Helga, because he speaks in the third person. Thank you, Helga. It's really helpful to remember what your name is.
It's also not really that complicated.
We all have
While
pretty
you guys are doing that,
straightforward
I think
Noman and
Aaron doesn't know
Gunther.
because we never introduced ourselves.
Yeah, Noman and Gunther, can you roll history? History, please.
Oh!
Excellent. That was just a really simple
That's
check.
a callback right there. That's a
I mean,
callback.
that was really just me saying whether you guys know where Candle Lane is,
Oh.
which you do.
Adam really
Very
knows
much.
Candle
Adam
Lane.
knows. Adam doesn't just know where Candle Lane is.
He is Candle Lane.
Gunther knows the moment they say the snake symbol on the door. The moment the patron says this, your mind flashes. You walked up Candle Lane to head home the other night. It's just literally just down the road from your apartment.
Okay.
And you remember seeing a warehouse with a snake symbol on the door.
Excellent. Okay. In that case, I would like to. I'd like to lean over to Nova and I'd like to say, I think I've walked by that place. I can get us there. I always thought there was something wrong, but what do I care?
Noman, you also know of Candle Lane, but you don't remember this. You don't remember anything about a snake symbol.
All right. Great. Well, we better get going, though, shouldn't we?
These two are just whispering to each other.
Yeah, well, we kind of have a thing going on that you don't understand because you're a rich pompous asshole.
Wow.
We got this bond that you could never have.
Yeah, it's being exactly the same character.
Yeah, exactly that.
Okay,
You're not me.
that dashed line that someone just
goes straight through a building.
through a house, and B doesn't even go down Candle Lane, which is the lane you're looking for.
Through that fucking line. Rob?
Did you draw it in red to make us think it was me? Because I'm not red anymore because I had to reconnect. I'm now this horrible murky green.
Anyway, moving swiftly onwards.
Anyway.
I actually thought there was an alley there, but I just drew it in the wrong place.
Okay.
Holy
that still doesn't go through
Thanks.
Candle Lane.
Candle Lane is right there.
Hey, let's move stuff out of the way. Look, there's definitely an alley there.
Oh my
Yeah,
god,
sorry.
shut the fuck up.
This doesn't
This is
matter in the slightest.
Yeah.
Can we get back to the skewered dragon, please?
So, do you two want to sort of head off and go to the the Candle Lane now?
I think that's what we'd like to do.
Yeah. What?
I imagine
We're
we also
sitting
want to bring
down.
you guys along as well.
Right.
What time is it at the moment, Fox?
That's a very good question. Just let me have a look at how far you guys have walked, what you guys have done. I'd say it's probably about 7:45-ish.
Has Ari sat down for an actual drink at this point?
Yeah, I thought I had, but I've honestly sort of lost track of where this. You had a bit of
sat down
you
at
had
the
a bit
bar.
of mumbling to yourself, and I was kind of expecting something to come of that to everybody else in the party as well.
That is what needs to happen now, yes.
Yes. Alright. Me and Gunther know where this warehouse is. We should probably go check it out. You guys coming?
I look around, sort of glumly at the bar. Oh, okay.
I take
What
a
about you, Harry?
dagger and slide it onto the table.
Oh my god.
You did what?
I think we got off on the wrong foot here.
Both in game and out of game.
Would you like us to do formal introductions?
I
Would
prefer.
that ease you a little bit?
I think it would ease it for everyone.
Alright. Well, I'm Nolan Kachalski, GI. I'm a private investigator in this town.
I look at Adam, or rather, the old man sitting next to Noman.
I will never get over GI Gnome.
I love how he says GI every time. That's my favourite. I think he said he forgot the GI once, and I was like, "Aw."
My name's Gunther. I'm something of a doctor around here. I heal where I can, and when I'm not healing people, well, sometimes I help Noman on these cases where I'm likely to find someone bleeding out in an alley, like this one.
Wait, sorry, there's no one bleeding out in an alley at the moment, is there? What?
I mean, there's the three people who you left
We're
just
saying-
covered in blood,
saying
but
we
apart from
might
them.
find Floon bleeding out in an alley.
Okay, because that actually sounded like a threat as well.
Does that satisfy you?
Perfectly. We've got two part-time investigators here, and I, myself, am also one. My uncle, and I gesture at the ring that Adam's holding, may be rich. But rich people, as you've seen, and I gesture around the room, are all the people listening in, because I know there are people listening in. My uncle may have money, but he needs people to look out for the quiet side of things. Threats that may not be manifested like pirate ships. Things that may sneak up on you. May ambush you in an alleyway. My name's Ari. Ari Searoth. Just because I dress like this some of the time, doesn't mean this is who I am all of the time.
Jesus.
Get out, you bourgeoisie fuck!
Wow, so we got some class consciousness in up in this shit.
Just because I dress like a rich man.
That is non-canon.
I'm not always a rich man. Sometimes I dress like a poor man.
And that makes me poor.
I'm still
It's
rich,
the,
but I look
it's the
poor.
other way around.
I put on my pantaloons one leg at a time, like everyone else.
I'm actually really poor. I'm pretending to be rich.
Is that your thing?
Your backstory is that you're a noble.
Yeah, but
You a disgraced noble? Is that a thing? Can that...
yeah. So in character, let's go back to in character. That makes more sense.
Yeah.
I gestured to my ears and say, my father and my uncle didn't see eye to eye. And though my uncle fostered me, that doesn't mean that... Thanks, folks. That's good. I'm glad that some
people in stream who haven't picked up on that.
Oh yeah, they
Pick up on it.
Yes, those people in stream that aren't paying attention.
I certainly hope they're not paying attention, because otherwise this would be terribly embarrassed.
There's only 2 people watching. I assume it's me and one of you.
Thank God.
I'm also watching, so that's broken.
In fairness, I've got it paused. It might not count me.
Oh, alright.
Anyway, yes, Rob.
I've lost my train of thought entirely.
You pointed to your ears because you're.
I did.
You said your father.
Your uncle and your father don't see eye to
See
eye.
eye to eye. And that includes the matter of my mother. So I'll have my ring back, but just remember, the ring doesn't make the person.
What a bizarre speech.
It was incredibly bizarre.
I imagine this is more for the benefit of the people in this bar than us.
I give Noman a look of sort of confusion, and then just hand the ring back to Ari. Look, I don't really care who you are. All I care about is that you aren't going to get in our way. We can get through this case nice and easy.
That sounds good to me.
Okay, well, now they're all acquainted, how about we go find that warehouse?
Alright. Follow me. I guess now that I know exactly where I'm going,
Yeah.
I begin to make my way out the bar because I'm the one that knows where this place is.
Absolutely. You make your way to Candle Lane. Gloom envelops a narrow alley as dark as a dungeon. And as odorous as one, too. Again, the street lamps are smashed. And the only light that pierces the darkness is a faint flickering from down the lane, like a distant candle. You approach a ramshackle 2-story warehouse. It has a small, sorry, just zooming a map. It has a small yard out front with a fence, with some fence posts and a small gate. There are 2 windows, one large, one small, and a door. The building is sort of L-shaped at the side of the alleyway. What
Oh,
would you
hello.
like to do?
It's a black screen for me. Is it black for everyone else?
Yeah.
Like, cool.
I imagine that's... No? Maybe not.
Is it loaded?
We don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
That's the setting I had to turn off.
There you
Oh,
go.
hello.
That's a bit splintered, but okay.
Oh my.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry, the fence posts themselves cast shadows. And apparently you can see through the door.
I can't
Interesting.
see through anything yet.
Why haven't we given up with this dynamic lighting thing?
Because it's cool. It doesn't always work, but
You should all be able to see what all of you can see.
I can't
It's your
see anything.
Oh my god. Yeah, if,
Oh
you,
no! Oh wait, no! I just want to scroll too far to the right.
if you move the tokens, it like fucks around with light. That's cool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Those
wow.
are shadows from the fence posts, so you'll see each of the posts.
That
have
is
one
awesome.
Shadow.
Okay.
Crazy.
so this thing to above us on the map is like a small
That's-
staircase or
that's the-
stairwell or something.
Just above you. No, that's the alleyway.
Oh, okay.
That's just some flanks of
So is this
lining the floor
are
of the
these
alley.
double doors here? Is this the one with
Those
the
are
snake
those
on
are
it?
the yard gates. There's a small
Okay, that's
gate in
okay.
the yard. You can see over it.
And
That's
which is
the
the door
record.
with the snake?
The door with the snake. You see a door. Oh, this
Is
is
that
the
one?
door here. Yeah, I think.
Cool.
I'm just trying to double check. And that looks. That is. Yeah, that's the door. And that has a snake on it. What would you guys? Actually, let me read you a bit more description. The door itself has the snake symbol on it, but it also has a bar of wood across the middle, a shut peephole that opens from the inside. The door and the windows all have fairly large locks on them.
Can you
What
pick
would you like
locks,
to do?
Callum?
I can,
Ooh.
in theory. Are there any windows?
Yeah, there are the two windows directly in front of you at the side of the yard.
On the other side of the fence?
Yeah, here and here.
Alright, cool. None up. Up on here.
No, none anywhere else on the building.
Alright,
No.
cool.
And
So-
the inside of the building is dark and you can't really see in.
Alright, and you say there's locks on this gate?
On the door, not on the gate. The gate is
Oh.
free to. You can just wander into the yard if you want.
Okay, cool.
The front door and the windows both have fairly hefty padlocks on them.
How high up is the window?
The window is, I'm gonna say, 3 feet off the ground. The bottom of the
Just
window.
too tall.
This sounds like peering distance for Callum.
I'm 3'2". I got 2 inches on that window.
No, I'll hold you up. There's gonna be a thing that we do. The Noman thing.
It's like Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. It's on brother move.
We need to assume observation form.
Alright, I'd suggest that we peep through the windows and see if there's anyone in there
Okay.
on first glance.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm inclined to agree.
Sure. You can't see much through the windows. There's no lighting inside. You see a scattering of shapes, mostly barrels and boxes scattered around. Things look a bit disordered. You don't see anyone moving inside.
Alright, cool. Looks like no one's home. Think we should take a peek inside?
No one's
If we get
home.
this door open.
I appreciate you, Toby.
Alright, I guess I'm going to attempt to pick with luck then.
Make a dexterity check, please. You've got thieves' tools.
I do have thieves' tools and I have proficiency.
Yeah, make a dexterity check with proficiency
In
then.
fact, I think I have. Did I pick the thing? Let me check if I picked the thing.
Where is Harry going?
Harry is wondering if someone should be standing guard.
Fair. You should probably vocalize this to the group before just wandering off, I guess.
Alright, okay, that's
Are
fine.
you telling me you didn't like the expeditions of Johnny Beans?
Alright. Dexterity
Yeah.
My friend.
with proficiency, so this is +2, I guess.
Cool. The lock. You have a little bit of difficulty with it. It's an old lock, slightly rusted, but eventually you feel the satisfying click as your tools pry the lock open, and it falls with a thud to the ground. The door, light and flimsy, begins to just gently just open by itself, free of the weight of the lock. Inside, a dark warehouse. What would you guys like to do?
We'd have to little peek around.
Yeah, just cautiously enter.
I suppose anyone has a torch on them.
I
Let's check.
hearing the muster.
Hell
Oh,
no.
this, I passed. Why is my fucking Roll20 constantly reloading? I have a torch on me, and I pass it over to Noman.
I don't have a torch, but I've got a tinderbox.
I have a tinderbox as well if it's lighting.
Light this baby up, I guess.
Cool.
We'll still remember I have dark vision.
Yeah.
Oh, I also have superior dark vision, so
Oh, look at me!
You're wearing
I'm being
your,
fucking invalidated.
I imagine I would take them off.
You're wearing your glasses.
Noman. Just Noman, you hear a little bit of a rustle as you light the torch. But it's gone within a moment. Might have just been a trick of your ears.
Just the wind.
Yeah, that might have been too hasty. I probably shouldn't have done that. Alright,
As you enter the building, you see that tables and chairs have been carelessly tossed across the floor. A dozen corpses lie across the walls, along the walls rather.
Holy
Their rapiers, along
Jesus
the
Christ.
walls, just their rapiers and daggers lying nearby.
Again, can we check if any of the
Yeah,
corpses
can we-
match up?
yeah. Are any of them floon?
If you want to roll roll insight. The corpses are not flown.
Okay.
Oh no.
Can we?
Um,
Is this a situation where I can say, I would like to examine the room more closely? And that's the thing that
you
tell
may,
me more
yes.
Than you've just told me.
Yes, so the corpses you see, they're not flown. They look like mercenaries and thugs. Again, Noman, you notice while kneeling down, one of the corpses has the same black tattoo on the palm of his hand. 5 of the corpses have a different tattoo on their necks or on their forearms of a winged snake.
It's the 7 snakes.
Is it the snake? Is it the snake that's on the front of the door?
The same
different?
symbol. The same symbol as on the front of the door.
Can I?
As
can
you
I
guys
go-
are.
can I
Do you mind if I just move you guys to where you are? Because
Yeah,
you're
please.
examining corpses and shit, right?
Yeah.
Not all of us.
Okay, you're not. I
Ah.
take it.
Wow, the light! The light! It blinds!
As you make your way around the room and you start examining these corpses quietly, you hear a startled cry.
What's
Oh my
the
God.
Roll
You've discovered
for
it.
initiative.
Cloth the Raven.
It's the flying snake. It's with
Cloth the Raven
crowbars.
never
Oh,
more.
it's him! He's come back from the other campaign!
It's coming back for revenge!
That's pretty good initiative roll. Well, that's also a pretty good initiative. We're balling today, fellas.
I need to roll
Oh
it.
shit!
I'm
It's
gonna let
actually
you
a
guys
fucking
down.
crow with a hood.
Is that a crow person?
Oh my god,
Yes, that is
it's
a
a
kenku.
Kenda. Oh, yeah, okay,
Kenku.
it's not called a Kenda.
Oh,
I think I've got a handout for these guys, just so you guys can see.
No, Kendas
Oh,
are
wow.
an entirely different thing.
Handout.
Dragon mods.
These are some weird looking fuckers.
Here we go. I've got a Kenku handout for everyone.
Oh boy, look at it.
Kenku. That's a.
Look at that dumb bird. Doesn't even have wings.
There's some proper muscles.
That in no way looks like a horrible Joe stereotype.
Oh dear me.
Let me just roll initiative for them. Do I have a Kenku? Cool. Cool. So first in the initiative order is Helgar. I will say you guys have been surprised by this attack, though.
Fair enough.
Which, if I remember rightly, means you just do nothing on your first turn.
Right.
I'm just double checking though. Combat surprise. Come on. Come on. Load. Surprise, there we go. Actually, I don't think you guys are surprised. I don't think they rolled high enough dex. Actually, I should roll dex again because that was a.
There are at least two of them.
Wasn't it?
Also,
yeah, no.
Helgar can see.
The only person who is surprised is Helgar.
Oh, lovely.
Everyone else has
Helgar
no passive
think.
perception. So everyone apart from Helgar gets to move on their first turn, but Helgar, you skip your first turn. So
Alright.
that is your turn. Next up is Gunther. You see there are 4. You can't quite see them all in the shadow. I think you can just about see the one who's here.
Okay.
Oh, I can't see that one. Where's the other one?
Okay.
There's one. I can see.
Oh, and there's one here.
Okay.
You can definitely. see
I
them.
can't see that one or that one, but I can see
Okay, cool. Yeah.
that one.
You see there are some birds in the shadows.
Does everyone knows that this
I'm
is
going to
happening?
move
I
this
don't need
guy
to,
up one, just so.
I don't need to call out and say like. They're in
Yeah,
the-
everyone now knows that this is happening. Yes.
I might do that anyway.
So you can see them.
Realism purposes.
Yeah. Okay. For realism purposes, I say. Oh, that's a good point. Do I even know what they are? Kenku common?
Kenku are not uncommon.
There's another thing I have to roll for.
Yeah, you know what a Kenku is.
Okay.
How sentient are they? Are they like proper
Fairly
people?
sentient.
Okay.
They're not like.
Have they got rights?
Yes,
Kenku
they have
rights.
rights.
Okay.
They have rights.
So for realism purposes,
I was wondering if they were like scavengers or if they were like actual like people that can be hired.
Okay. So for realism purposes, I'm going to yell out, Kenku, there's 4 of them in here with me.
Kenku, there's 4 of them in here with me.
That's creepy.
An exact copy of your voice shouts out from the shadows.
I mean,
Ah,
it's
sick.
because that is where they are. So I then yell out, "I'm gay." I don't actually do it.
Stupid bird says what?
And I would now like to let's check distances. 45 feet, and I believe my cantrip gets 60 feet. Yeah, so I'd like to Sacred Flame this one I can see here.
Sure, you don't have to roll for that, do you? No, you know.
No, they just have to succeed on a dexterity.
On a
saving throw.
dexterity saving throw. What's your
13.
spell save DC? 13, okay. Nat 20.
Oh, shit.
fire engulfs the Kenku, but he just shrugs it off, and it dissipates in a sort of shimmering dust into the air.
Ain't that just some?
Is that everything you want to do? You still have movement. In fact,
Gunther's quite happy where he is. He's quite far away from danger right now.
cool. In that case, next up is Ari.
4 of them.
Do you know for
I
sure
can
they're
actually
gonna fall?
see what's over here. I'm guessing there's like some stuff in the way.
That's just
Does
there's
lie-
just boxes.
Are you going to require like an athletics check or something?
If you're going to go
Acrobatics.
over the boxes, athletics or acrobatics, yes.
Okay, I'm gonna taking one step into the alleyway just to see that there's no one there, nothing there.
Okay, that's
Says 5 feet, and then I'm gonna go 25 foot this way.
Okay, athletics check, please.
I
Or
swear to God.
acrobatics, if you wish.
Yeah, that's cool. Where are we? There's my character sheet.
Yeah, you leap over with the grace of a gazelle.
Oh yes. I often go leaping boxes in my spare
Landing.
time.
Landing on your feet and flipping your hair. You are the radiant splendor of a half-elf incarnate. Just do your
Right,
do your
right.
thing.
That's a little creepy. I raise my crossbow and say, "Do we need to fight?"
Do we need to fight?
What? Yes. Yes, you dick.
Yes, we do.
No, I just screamed out so you could come and get their autographs.
Well, they haven't attacked you yet. You've attacked them. Though I'm not sure I'd know that. So
They screamed. And
can I do a
rolled for initiative and
I
everything.
screamed. I did this so meta-gamey. Can I roll a nature check to determine my understanding of Kenku?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
I got a 6. That's
They're
not
kinda like
helpful at all.
birds. They're kind of like birds.
And I don't know if they can actually speak English or not, or common even. Fuck. I am just gonna, like... I swear to God, let me do this. I'm gonna yell really loudly in an attempt to intimidate them. And that's gonna be the end of my turn.
Okay.
Are you gonna give me...
You're
Should I
going to roll to intimidate? Oh,
That's investigation.
Thank fuck.
Oh,
That's not much better either.
That's terrible. That's with a +4 as well. Oh dear. I hope to God
Okay.
they're really
You trying,
dumb.
you trying to draw aggro on them?
No, I'm trying to do the opposite.
Well,
I'm
you
trying to get them to run away.
You're not doing a great job of it.
So Ari checks the corner, turns around, vaults in, says, "Do we need to fight?" and then screams.
okay.
I think I heard them return.
Noman, your turn.
Nothing
Okay.
happened.
What's the button to make the pulse thing happen again?
You just
It's long click.
Oh, doesn't help. Is this a solid wall over here? Hang on, it's not doing it.
You have to be on the
Oh, I'm on the wrong thing.
select.
Is this just a solid wall?
That's a staircase?
It's a staircase.
That's a staircase, yeah.
Oh, so if... Oh, okay, I see.
There's a second floor.
Mm-hmm.
Did we?
I don't believe I can...
Just go up the stairs. Abandon us at the bottom.
Alright, I'd like to come over here. Can I do a stealth roll to hide among these boxes down here?
Yes, go ahead.
It's small.
Roll against their perception, I guess, rather than making it a DC.
Also, one of my rogue ability things is expertise, which means I have a doubled proficiency bonus in both stealth and investigation.
Excellent.
So this will have an extra +2 to bear in mind.
Surely that'll be shown in the calculation already.
I don't think it does, because it's
Well,
not.
roll it and let's have a
We
look.
had this problem last time with does. We couldn't get it to roll properly.
Stealth. So I think that only does
That does +4.
+4.
That's what you want, right? 2 + 2.
Yeah, that's interesting. Why does it? How does it know to do that?
Because you've selected it as a feature, right?
But I've only written it down. So it only exists as text.
Maybe it doesn't. Maybe you should
Maybe.
have more than that. Why?
So what roll was this? So this was stealth.
I guess it's +4 because of my
And you get like a dex applied as well.
it's my dex modifier and my proficiency bonus, but that proficiency bonus should be doubled, so that should be +6.
Oh no, that's just immediate. So it's because you picked a rogue, right? You get
Yeah.
expertise by default. So the
no. This is a separate thing. This is you have to pick 2 things that get doubled.
Oh right.
So yeah, so there's a hypothetical +2 to this as well. So that should be a 22. There's no way to get it to calculate in actual roll 20 because it's a text thing.
Okay. There must be a way to do it. We'll figure it out next time. Okay, so +2 on that, so 22 versus their perceptions and intelligence, right? Or is it wisdom? Perception is wisdom. I'm done. Okay, yeah, you're fucking hidden.
Sweet.
You're practically invisible in those boxes.
Awesome. I don't really have line of sight on them, so I guess I'll have my turn.
Ah, yeah,
Cool.
Callum.
Oh,
You
yeah.
go on your character sheet, then go on the gear thing. So there's core bio spells, there's a gear.
Oh, yeah.
If you scroll down, there's a list of all your skills, and you can change from normal to expertise.
Ooh, awesome.
Exciting.
So
Thank you,
that's-
Adam. Cool. It's the Kenku's turn. Well, Callum figures that out.
Can I just roll that to see if it works?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Should come up with 6, right? Yeah, there we go.
Yep, awesome. Sweet. Thanks,
Terrible roll, but
Terrible roll, but it doesn't matter.
so yeah, the Kenku are going to move around a bit.
Oh, where are they going?
They're
They're
going.
just taking the
Okay,
lumber.
cool. Cool. Now it's Helgar's turn again.
Ooh, okay.
Actually, no. Wait, sorry, I forgot. They do in fact have a ranged weapon.
Oh fuck.
Oh god.
So, Ari, what's your armor class?
Oh. It's not good, really. It's the opposite of good. It's 12.
12.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me guess, they hit on like a +12, so they can't miss me.
They have disadvantage.
Oh, that's goodish.
So your armor class is 12. Okay.
They hit. They hit again. Are you dead yet? They're gonna keep hitting.
Two of them hit
Oh,
with
great.
their short bows. For 4
If you kill my character again, folks,
10
I'm down.
damage.
What?
We're fucked.
Oh, we're so fucked.
I have -3 damage. -3 health, even.
Oh, are you downed already?
Yeah, he's got fucking pile driven by like 14 crossbows.
Is Fox? Is this
I'm
location,
dead.
Like, solid from bottom? Is it like how do I put this?
Is it like
Underneath
3D?
There are. Yes, it is solid.
Oh,
You can see. I think there's like no. There's something underneath it though. So you can see. You can see underneath it.
can I? But there's not enough space for me to walk underneath it.
I'll let you do it if you sacrifice half your movement.
Oh god, how the fuck does that work? So
Because you got to crouch for it, right?
okay, so
Do I do a death saving throw now or later?
On the start of your turn.
Next turn,
can
cool.
I stand
Alright.
on this tile? Can I stand on?
Yeah, you can stand on these tiles. This is just rubble. Most
Okay,
of this shit.
So can I move here? Because that's only 15 feet.
Yes, you may.
Okay. It's not my turn yet. I'm just checking. 'Cause-
No, it isn't. But you will be able to first. It's Helgar's turn.
Okay. Helgar would like to go here, I think.
Okay.
Do I need to make an acrobatics, or is that
No, not for that path.
okay? Cool.
Path is close
I
enough to a straight line.
don't think there's much of anything I can do.
What's I've not reached that far?
Just tie a rope to the end of the side and
We're
just swing it.
missing a trick because if we give Rob the war scythe with his 10-foot arm combined with the war
You can hit stuff 20 feet away. You're crazy. No, I'm just checking. There's not really anything I can do. So I guess I can't really I can't really do intimidation. I could try.
You could do. Helga would surely he tried to befriend them
Well,
to gain their allegiance.
not when they down his friend. When they down his friend.
Has one of his ancestors not like come out from?
No, don't worry. I'm keeping track of his ancestors in my head.
God.
This is a case for Shelgar.
Fucking, I still love
Alright, so
Solgar.
it's Gunther's turn now?
No, I was
you
actually
didn't
going to try intimidation.
Oh, they are already frightened.
Did the
Good,
intimidation work?
then
for
hopefully
them,
the intimidate-
or-
The intimidation
Oh,
it did.
worked. That's
Okay.
why they moved where they moved. When you're
And when
frightened,
they
you're not
shot
allowed
me
to
as
move
well.
willingly towards the source of your fear,
Oh,
which is why they had to move around that way.
Rob, you slightly fucked us there.
Yeah. This was a surprise. I'm amazed that they could deceive me, to be honest. Alright.
Oh, we're so fucked. Yeah, there's no point in me doing that then, is
Yeah,
there?
yeah.
Unless, like, if I roll a 20, then they won't lay down their weapons?
Yeah, go on.
Okay. Lay down your weapons!
Not be
reroll intimidation.
Aw.
Yeah, no.
I was almost sure it was going to be a critical fail.
Yeah. I'm sad.
Alright, Gunther's turn.
As soon as
They
you
pull out extra weapons.
I like to think he has 0 for intimidation because he gets plus for his physical stature, but then minus because of his voice. It just
Yeah, I
bounces
agree.
out.
Gunther.
Okay.
Just let me die, Adam.
I would like
It's
to
happened before.
see that
It's not a true D&D campaign until Rob's character dies.
yeah, no, I see that Aria's taking quite the hit, and I sigh and I go, oh, I suppose I really have to, don't I? And I run through. I crouch through the gap in the stairs, and I come down, and I would like to cast the cantrip. Spare the Dying,
Cast. Yay.
Necromancy cantrip.
which allows me to stabilize a living creature that has 0 hit points.
Wonderful.
So I've prevented Rob from dying.
Yay.
We all die.
That's good.
Yes.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Halo Checkpoint.
Okay, that's Gunther. Ari, you can't do anything on your turn. You're stable, but you're down.
Merely bleeding.
Noman, your turn.
Alright, I now have line of sight.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, that's the motherfucker, don't I?
Yeah, you do.
So I'm gonna pull out my trusted short bow.
Does he get advantage for like sneak attack or something?
We're in the dark, aren't we?
I have.
Where's all
I
the
have-
light coming
okay,
from?
so I have sneak attack as a rogue.
It's not dark. You don't need dark vision to see in here.
Okay.
That's only if I have.
It was just dark
advantage.
enough that like it was hard to see through the windows, kind of thing.
Alright.
Your eyes are naturally going to adjust to this.
Oh yeah, I don't think sneak attack is appropriate at this point.
I was wondering what heart, because I swear Dars did something with a short bow from being stealth.
Yeah, but that's because there were guys within 5 feet of the enemy. He got sneak attack damage.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it's just a duel, 1-on-1, gnome versus bird. Be there.
I'm gonna take aim.
Okay.
Ooh, great.
That's whack.
That misses.
Okay, doke.
Cool. I guess it's the Kenku's turn now.
Oh.
They're just going to move into line of sight, I guess.
How far away is
And
that?
open fire.
Oh god, there's a
Oh my-
firing squad.
It's a fucking firing squad!
Helgar? Who's the biggest?
Just gonna get
No,
executed.
I'm going to split it up. 2 on Helgar, 2 on Noman.
Wait, can you see me? I'm for Tim.
Didn't you come
shot.
out of hiding to shoot? You would have had to in order to shoot, I believe.
Did you not assume that?
I thought I could do it covertly.
Okay. What's your armor class, Helga?
14.
I'm so glad that we have no
It's not.
tanks. at all.
One of them hits you. Noman, your armor class?
12.
2 of them hit you.
Oh,
Wait.
Yikes.
Two of them hit me with disadvantage. What are the odds of that?
I mean, they've got +5 to hit, mate.
Jesus.
Oh god. Friends, it's been nice knowing you.
How dead are you guys? You're quite dead.
Party falls, everyone dies.
We're gonna need those Deus Ex Machina elves.
See, the problem is, Callum, the Deus Ex Machina elves are supposed to come after you've triggered something, and you haven't triggered it.
Oh.
You mean the Deus Ex Machina elves didn't, or the watch in this case, didn't actually come from the screaming Kenku? Surely that would be a sign.
Look,
if
I'm
I
just
was a police
reading what's
officer.
in the book.
I actually
Okay.
legitimately thought that the danger here would not be people
Helgar
inside the
takes
warehouse.
5 damage.
Courts by the
What the
guards.
fuck?
No, sure if you have to.
I had 11.
Okay. That's not as much as I thought it'd be
You're about
there.
to go down. Well, I was already injured.
What's your man?
Noman takes.
My max is like
damage.
14.
8?
Yeah.
Are you down?
Worry? No, I've got 1 HP.
Oh fuck, this is why. Oh no. I knew going in here without having my healing spells would be a bad idea.
We're so dead. Oh god.
What would you guys like to do now? It's
Whose turn?
Whose turn?
Helgar's turn.
Is the
Right.
person still alive?
Can I pick up Ari, shout, move upstairs, and then carry him upstairs?
How heavy are you, Ari?
Keep in mind
I
that
have not calculated that.
my weight carrying limit, because I have the powerful build thing, it means that I can carry stuff as if I was large.
Wow.
Yeah, you can just do that. You can just do that. I'm not even going to make you roll strength for it.
Yeah, I can
upstairs.
fucking carry bitches. I could carry this entire goddamn team if I wanted. Granted, Callum is like 2 feet tall, but
You take Ari upstairs.
Upstairs, there are more Kenku.
Yeah, I was really thinking there's going to be like five more.
I mean, it was either that or death by firing squad, you know.
Next up is Gunther.
Thank you, Rob.
Oh, what's this?
Oh, what?
Okay.
Guys, I'm already rolling my new character.
Good idea.
Okay, right. Gunther. Okay, right. So I'm going to move here, and I'm going to cast on
Oh my god, you're gonna die.
Noman, assuming he's willing. Guidance, which allows him to add 1d4 to an ability check before the spell ends, which is 1 minute, which is 10 turns. And then
Cool.
Say, you head on upstairs. I think I can hold them up for a bit.
Four
Okay,
for attack.
awesome.
What's your armor class, dude?
With my shield and leather armor, 15.
Okay, that's quite good actually. You might be able
Roman's
to
turn.
hold off a few shots.
Alright. So you just tell me to go upstairs,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Alright, cool. I will do that. I think 25 feet just gets me to the top, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Cool. There's not much I can do from up here, so
Alright, here we go. It's do or die time.
It's Kenku's turn.
Oh, it's so
Live,
dramatic.
Adam, live!
Got a shield.
fly, you fool!
If he has a 15 armor class, and I believe he can
So-
survive this.
It's like the maths is literally 50-50 that they
Oh,
hit.
thank.
Because they have a
fuck.
+5.
None of them.
Only one hit.
Yeah, I rolled 4, 6, 14. And you take 5 damage.
Oh, that's it's more than I would have liked, but that's I'll take it.
That's the second lowest
God damn.
that they do.
What?
They do.
I have no
1d6 plus
fast
3.
tomorrow this time, guys, so we're gonna have to set the place on fire with the tinder boxes.
Right. Just so you guys know, on the top, you guys are on a balcony. You can see down to the Kenku below.
And they can see
Oh, okay.
up.
Well, yeah.
They...
Oh, we are?
No, I think there's like... They are gonna struggle to see you in the way that you can see them.
Does
Because
that
there's like
mean
a
we're
railing
supposed
around
to
the balcony and shit.
more of the... Because I can't really see much of what's up here. Would we theoretically be able to see more than this?
Yes, you can. I just can't really do anything about it.
Right. Can you move me for a second so I can see
Actually,
what's
if you
about?
give me a second. Let me fix that up. I think this should do it.
Oh, yeah, I can see more stuff now.
I can't see anything.
What's the thing on the right?
Oh, alright,
Big
no.
stick.
The big stick. This
crane,
is a
isn't it?
warehouse. I assume it's just a crane.
Okay.
I'm having a look now. Double check. Yeah, it's a crane by the looks of things. So yeah, that makes it. I didn't write down the order of thing. Actually, not write down the order of initiative. There we go. That makes it Helgar's turn.
Right. Helgar says to the others, "Move along the northern wall. I'll keep guard here." And then he moves over here.
He said I'll.
Now's not the time to ask questions, Adam.
Oh, God.
We need to survive.
He becomes a lot more focused in combat.
It's one of his ancestors taking over.
No, it isn't. You'll know whether
One of his ancestors with proper grammar.
You'll know when his ancestors take over.
Okay. Okay, cool. Next up is Gunther.
Right, Gunther's getting the fuck out of Dodge and he's going upstairs. How do I do that?
I'll drag you over.
Okay. I'm going to ignore the suspicious NPC I just saw in the shadows.
We're gonna get ambushed upstairs
In the shadows.
by more Kenku.
So that's like,
That's how this game works.
that's like 20 feet.
Let me
I've
just
got 10
stick
feet.
some light. I'm just going
Yeah.
to stick a token with some lighting on the lower floor. An awakened rat will do. Just so you guys can see the.
That's the new
Kenku.
character. That's Patrick right there. That's Patrick's spirits.
I can just put tokens on the lighting layer, and their lighting will show up. So I decided to do that. That'll be the easiest way to make
I can't
sure
see
you can still
anything
see
on the bottom
Kenku.
floor.
Fuck yes, I need to go and make that
you might
thing.
just
No, I
want
know
to
what
move
I've
the
done.
Kenku onto the upper floor bit.
No, I know what I've done.
balcony.
This will take me approximately all of
The rest of the
2
session.
button presses.
Oh
You
right.
should now be able to see the Kenku.
Yeah, I can.
I needed to click all players see light. It is your turn, Gunther. Have you just run
I moved
upstairs?
Oh, cantrips are like infinite casts, aren't they?
Yeah, you can cast as many cantrips as you like.
Okay, in that case,
Sacred Flame those fuckers.
oh, I can as well, can't I? Yeah.
You'll never hit. Have like
I'm assuming they're in 60-foot range, so I'm going to try and stick the flame in again. Although they have pretty good dex from what I've seen, so they'll probably dodge it again. But I don't even have to click it every time. It's 13. Dex check against 13.
Okay, cool. They do in fact have disadvantage on this because they're frightened.
Specifically, I'm going to
And fucking hell, a 2 and a 1. Yeah, that Kenku is fucked. What does he take? 1d8.
raging damage.
Give me a roll. Wait, Kenku, the northernmost one.
Yeah, this one.
Cool. Yeah. Flame descends and surrounds the Kenku, and it shrieks in pain. You hear several screams from the flames. A young man, a small child,
Oh no.
the gurgling of a troll.
Dr. Phil.
All of these shrieks of pain, and then the fire descends, and there is just a worse for wear Kenku.
They're fucking squishy, bro.
He's
I know there's
He's not like he's
I
not
thought you were
dead.
gonna say his skeleton was there.
He's not dead. He's just a bit fucked up.
Right. Okay. How much damage did the thing do?
7.
7. Okay. Cool.
Right, Gunther.
I reckon if I get a good swing in, I
Aaron's
can probably
knocked out.
decapitate them in one go.
Noman.
Alright, I imagine I can move like down here and take aim down the back.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Cool. I'll do that.
Although in that. Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Alright, which one did Adam just fuck up a bit?
The one at the top.
The top one?
Yeah.
Cool, I guess I'll aim at that one. Oh,
That
that's a little better.
hits. That hits.
Go on, big damage. Ooh, hello.
5 damage. Ooh, this guy is fucked.
Oh,
up.
come off it. 7 and 5.
Are you sure we weren't meant to get, like,
14
level
health
2
as well?
from the fucking troll?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
This is really a level 1 encounter. 14 health dudes.
Yeah.
Damn, bro.
Quiet screaming.
13 health. 13 health is on 1 HP. Did I?
It's 7 and 5. That should kill.
Yeah, you're right. That should kill it. Why does that not? That guy is. Do you want to knock him out or kill him? He's down.
Wait. You got 13 health.
Yeah, 13
Yeah.
total.
7 plus 5 is.
Yeah, absolutely.
12.
Yeah.
12.
Okay, Toby.
Toby.
Don't type the numbers. I did type them in right.
What? I'm so
7
confused.
plus
What the hell are you
5
guys
is
talking about?
12.
Oh!
5 and 2.
Yeah, okay.
He is on 1 health.
I am stupid. Just remember
It
that.
is now the Kenku's turn. Where's the fucking? There must be rules on how to break out of this fucking condition.
Are they still intimidated? Is that what's going on?
No, he means the human condition.
Yeah, I chose a half elf and I'm still dying every time. So it just doesn't make a
Oh
difference.
right, I
man.
should be like rolling for. Right, okay. Let's give them a.
Oh, it's Fox. It's Fox who's been fucking us the whole time.
Oh no, I've been
This
making.
sounds familiar.
Sorry, I've been making it easier for you this whole time by not actually rolling to break them out of being frightened and stop them storming up the stairs.
Oh, are they?
Apparently, that's the thing I should be doing. Gonna make that a DC 20. Yeah, cool. They're still frightened. Falgar, yes, you've entered this room and there is a small rat just scuttling around in it.
And I want to stab it.
You want to stab the rat?
No.
And it's suspicious to me. I don't like it.
What if this rat is the universe?
The rat is clearly the person who's going to save
And
us.
you stab the rat.
This is Deus Ex Rat here.
The rat has an armor class. Okay. You hit.
Did that kill it?
Hell yeah, dude.
I was gonna say,
You
it'd be
just.
quite something if it didn't.
There was just a poor innocent rat on the ground, scurrying
What a
around, being a
rat.
cute little rat friend, doing a little nuzzle of its nose with its paw, doing a little scurry around, and you just went in there and you took your war scythe and you slammed that blade down onto that rat, and it just splattered. You asshole.
Make a note, everyone. That's the first thing Toby's killed. That's not true, actually.
What would you like to do?
Sturge.
Is that your turn, Helga?
Well, I moved before I did that.
True.
I mean,
I guess so. All right,
already
Helga's
done
turn is over. Gunther next, I believe.
Yes. So, obviously I missed the crowmen moving. Is this the one that we nearly killed?
Yes.
And can I still actually see that?
No, you can't see that one.
Can Callum see that?
Yes.
Can Ari see it?
Harry can't see shit. 'cause he's
Harry is
almost
unconscious.
Okay. Is there a? Okay. If I move
The only
here,
thing Harry can see is the line.
can I?
You can't. It's underneath you, so you can't see from there. You can see the one over here
If I
from
move,
there.
if I move here, can I see this? This guy?
No, I think that one is about there. So you'd be like aiming directly down. You'd need to be right next to the edge of the balcony.
Okay. I don't want to do that in case he shoots back. But I can see this one. You said.
Yeah, you can see that one.
Is he 60 feet away?
Let's have a look.
Maybe just. He looks about 50 feet.
Yeah, but also trigonometry. Your upper floor.
God, how does that work?
fucking
Fosnate.
trigonometry.
The stairs.
Well, that was a
I was gonna
close
say they're
line.
15 feet high, so yeah, no, sorry, mate. You're definitely out of range for that Kenku.
Helgar, and I'm going to, if he's willing, that is. Where's my character sheet gone? I guess.
Oh, guidance.
Yeah. I'm going to
Cool.
buff a bit. Guidance. You've been guided.
Nice.
So you've got 10 turns to.
Now, in fairness, guidance is concentration. I think we can say that does mean that whoever previously had your guidance no longer has it. And in fact, they didn't, because you broke concentration to cast Sacred Flame last turn anyway.
Okay.
Is that really how it works? I thought you could concentrate and cast spells.
I'll double check, but pretty sure.
It seems kind of worthless. I just have to kind of mill around for 10
Okay, here we go. There is... That doesn't look right. Here we go. Casting a spell of concentration. Some spells require you to maintain concentration in order to keep their magic active. If you lose concentration, such a spell ends. If a spell must be maintained with concentration, that fact appears in its duration entry, and the spell specifies how long you can concentrate on it. You can end concentration at any time, no action required. Normal activity, such as moving and attacking, doesn't interfere with concentration. The following factors can break concentration. Casting another spell that requires concentration.
Okay.
You can't concentrate on 2 spells at once. Taking damage. You didn't take damage since that first one.
Yeah, I did, because I
You did. Sorry. My bad. When you take damage, you need to make a Constitution saving throw to maintain your concentration. But it's okay, because you're casting this one, so the old one expires anyway.
I decide not to cast this one now that you've given me this information now?
Oh, yeah, sure. I mean, I sort of thought that you knew that concentration was one spell.
No.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you can keep concentrating on the last one then. But you'll need to make that Constitution saving throw to make sure.
Okay.
What was the damage you took? You took
5.
Okay, the DC is 10.
That's probably not happening. It happened.
Yeah, you maintained concentration on that spell.
I got my mind on you, though.
Alright.
Oh, like I said, I don't even know. My fucking move's completely worthless. I just, where was I? I was like, here.
I wish I'd shot these fucking bird things.
Did we find out what this big long?
And instead you yelled at them. The big long thing.
Yeah.
I think it's just a crane.
Okay. Is there any way it could be operated to attack Kenku?
Ooh. Ooh, okay. Give me a second.
Wait, what did you say he's gonna do?
I'm gonna try and operate this
Folks-
crane to attack Kenku.
Folks is looking up how the physics works.
Tell you what, if you can make
Oh no.
a...
Hopefully Gunther has a degree in engineering.
Yeah, I'm just trying to decide what would work here.
If we interpret crane as the bird, it could be animal handling.
Yeah, no, we're not doing that. Can you make a sleight of hand check for me? To operate the crane, I'm gonna say you succeed at this, that will count as a hit on this Kenku.
Okay.
And it will do... I need to figure out what the equivalent damage is going to be. I'm going to say it's the same as quite a heavy weapon.
You're giving me too
Just
much
for
information,
balance.
and then I'm gonna fail, and it'll be really sad.
Okay, yeah, go for the to hit,
Oh.
to operate the crane.
Oh!
You're not very good with the controls, mate. You sort of stumble, you sort of about, and yeah, you don't succeed.
Fucking technology these days, man.
All right, that's Gunther's turn. After Gunther is Ari doesn't get a turn because he's unconscious. Noman, your turn.
Alright, so we established I have line of sight on this guy, right?
Yes, you do. Go ahead.
Which is the one that we've already fucked up.
Yep. Roll your attack.
Come on, lads. Wait, hang on. I still have a D4, don't I?
I have one
guidance.
ability check.
Is this an ability check? Does this count?
No.
Lame.
Soz me.
Oh, there's another error.
The Kenku. This one moves the fuck out of the way of the crane.
No. Oh. I just saw it
Oh,
wiggling up there.
Oh yeah, they need to make a wisdom throw. I should probably do that before this guy moves there. Wisdom throw 10. Yeah, no, they're still frightened.
So we just dumped me at the top of the stairs.
Yes.
I approve.
Fuck you up a fucking royal match.
I can't believe.
Helga, your turn.
Well, they're still frightened, so I guess I'm gonna peek through this door. If that's okay.
Okay, cool.
I
Do
see
you
this
want to
door.
actually look around the room that you're in?
I'll do that first, actually. Perception, yeah.
You're in an office.
Oh.
It's a little office. It's got desks. It's got chairs. There's sort of little bookshelves around. Everything's kind of draped in cobwebs, and there are just some rats just about. Another rat scurries under the door.
Oh, okay.
Don't kill
and
the rat.
just squeaks and scurries into a little hole in the wall to your north.
Okay, I won't bother with him then. Can I peer through this door?
Yeah, sure. Beyond it is another office.
Oh my god. Can I then go through the upper door? Or this, whatever this thing is here?
You can. There's a window up there.
Oh, is that a window?
Looking out over the street.
Oh, okay, over the street. Oh, what the hell is this then? The door over here.
I think that's a door, but it doesn't go anywhere.
Oh.
I'm trying to figure out what it is. Oh no, the rat went into a little mouse hole thing in the wall. I did say that.
Then can I move westwards then?
Yeah, you head on in there.
Oh my god, what the fuck is going on here? Why are there so many... What is this room?
There's another office.
Oh my god.
You're in a bunch of offices, and that's your movement, I think.
Yeah, that's my entire movement.
Cool. Gunther.
Gunther, bye.
Okay.
Could you use the outlook of the crane to peer underneath the thing and use Sacred Flame?
Do you mean... Wait, you mean like here?
Yeah, like on there.
Am I allowed to stand here, Fox?
Yeah, I don't see why not. You can definitely see. Yeah, you can definitely see everything.
Okay, this is the one that we fucked earlier. Right?
Yes.
I'm
yes.
gonna Sacred Flame this guy because he needs to go.
Cool. Cool.
So that's dexterity against 13. I'm done. I'm not going to do this every time.
Okay, cool. So he's going to make a dexterity saving throw against 13. Yeah, he succeeds.
Damn.
Rolls out of the way of that fire as it descends from on high. Ari is unconscious. Noman.
Oh, I still have line of sight.
Yeah, you do.
Going for it again, lads. That's better.
That hits. That hits.
For how much? Oh. That's well. That might be alright.
That, yeah.
Yeah.
The Kenku falls to the ground, incapacitated. Would you like him to be dead?
Is it going to be worth interrogating these things? They're birdmen.
Yeah, just imitate us.
God, that's going to get annoying. Tell me what you know. Tell me what you know.
It'd be hell easy to get a confession out of them, though.
Fuck it. Should we keep one of them alive just in case?
Yeah, sure. If they end up running up the thing, they're gonna get fucking
How does
decapitated.
do they wake up at some point?
They'll wake up once combat's over. Yeah.
We can't. Okay.
And then combat will restart.
They'll be at 0 HP. They won't have taken a rest.
they'll suddenly be docile and.
Does that mean they won't be able to do anything, basically?
That you will have captured them if you.
Alright,
Right.
cool. Yeah, let's leave him. Let's incapacitate him just for the
Thank you.
lols.
That Kenku falls to the ground. The other Kenku glance at each other. Glance at each other, wide-eyed, or as wide as their beady little crow eyes can be. It's their turn, I believe, and the Kenku.
Like, inexplicably not scared anymore, despite watching someone incapacitate one of their numbers.
Take dash actions
Oh.
and
no,
run
charge up the
fuck
stairs.
away.
Oh.
Combat is over.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god.
We
Can I-
didn't die.
Let's,
Folks
like,
didn't kill me.
You've
More
got
of
to
the-
saturate my
Um,
XP box now.
Yes, so
Oh,
you
yeah.
killed one Kenku. I mean, you defeated 4 Kenku, I guess. So that's a.
Did Toga hide by himself in like a storage?
Okay, you knocked out one. You didn't actually do anything to the others. I'm gonna say that's 125 experience each.
Aye.
I still
So,
have no
Ari,
idea
take
what
100.
XP.
Huh?
Is it?
I am literally lost. I don't see a box anywhere to put XP.
It's
Needs background.
I have something that literally blocks that box. I cannot like get rid of it.
what? What do you
No,
have?
you don't need to hit the cog. It's editable right there. Also, why does it say 975 for yours? That's a lot
For whose?
for
You
yours.
probably wrote that down
I-
after.
I-
Because that was the original thing you
No,
said.
I
after the
literally
first
can't
fight.
say anything. So this is what
Do you
is
have the cog activated?
when I click the cog, there is nothing to.
Yeah, when
go
you
with.
click,
When you click the cog,
you need to reload the page, mate. That's it.
it appears every time. I have nothing to do. Like no
Mate,
ability.
you're that's the image. If you right click on it, inspect.
Yeah.
And do that again so that it highlights it in the dev tools on the side.
Yeah.
You'll see it says Alt equals wand and hammer logo of Character Mancer.
Yep.
Double click on that bit and just hit backspace and then enter.
Yay! I can do
That'll
things
clear-
now.
That'll clear the alt text down enough for you to be able to see the thing.
Excellent. I have 225 XP.
What are you, a
Yeah.
web developer or something, folks?
Can you take 25 less than everyone else, Rob? Because you were.
Oh yeah.
So, are we?
Didn't we get 125 last time?
We got 100 last time, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100 last time.
So we're all on 225 apart from Ari.
Rob, apart from Harry.
Because Fox needs to
200.
kill me in some sense.
So, what would you guys like to do?
Keep breathing.
Can I tell everyone here that there are officers this way?
Yeah, sure. Give that a yell out. We're out
Yeah.
of combat, so you can just do what
Yeah.
the fuck you want.
Alright.
There are officers up here.
I think is Noman likely to want to investigate the officers or to interrogate the prisoner?
That's what I'm thinking.
Because I think whatever he gets, I might just
What kind of skills go into? Well, I mean, and I'm not entirely sure there's going to be much to interrogate.
You'd be surprised. I've got notes.
Okay, well, what was,
They all say.
what kind of roles? What kind of skill checks go into interrogating?
That would be an intimidation check.
Intimidation. Alright, so that's charisma, so that's not my wheelhouse.
I can do the interrogating, I think, because I've got decent charisma. So I think, and Gunther's, Gunther's known for being a bit heavy-handed.
Alright.
With his fists.
Alright, cool. Should me and you go down and do that then?
Yeah.
And I can look around to see
I mean, I feel like
the rest of the bottom floor.
Actually, yeah, because then Helgar should have no problem just like carrying Harry around, right?
Yeah.
When will Harry recover?
If you guys want to take a short rest.
Oh.
In this crime scene.
Yeah?
How long's a short rest?
Right.
Well, what I'm going to say is if the time you spend doing the thing, it's at least 1 hour. During which a character does nothing more strenuous than eating, drinking, reading, and tending to wounds. So you can't interrogate this guy immediately if you're going to do a short rest. However, if you guys spend some time interrogating this guy and looking around, Ari can count as short resting.
That sounds good to me.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Does that mean I would... Do I not have like 1 HP now? I can't remember how...
No, you have 0 HP, but you're stabilized.
Okay.
A short rest, a character can spend 1 or more hit dice at the end of a short rest, up to the character's maximum number of hit dice, which is equal to the character's level. For each hit die spent this way, that player rolls the die and adds the character's constitution modifier to it. The character regains hit points equal to the total minimum of 0. The player can decide to spend an additional hit die after each roll. You've only got the one, so that doesn't matter. A character regains some spent hit dice upon finishing a long rest.
Oh, okay. Go on. Beat the shit out of this poor bird thing that seems only to be able to repeat what we say.
What would you guys like to do?
Gunther, would you like to do the honors?
Is the crowman awake, or is he like still?
Should we just slap him around a little?
He's currently unconscious.
He's currently unconscious.
Yes.
Do I need to like bind him, or is he just gonna be our prisoner regardless?
I mean, that depends on how well you intimidate him.
No.
He's pretty fucking beaten up, so he may have some difficulty running.
Okay. I'm not sure how I feel about just leaving him though. So I guess if he's still asleep or unconscious, how do I can't just wake him up. So I guess I'll.
I mean,
that's not how
you
unconscious
can.
works, is it? I don't think you can hit someone. I don't think you can shoot someone with an arrow to the point.
Oh no! Shooting them will probably kill them.
That's what Callum did.
You can shake him awake.
Okay, sure, I guess.
No, if you shoot someone who is unconscious, they will die.
I'm so confused.
That's what I mean.
So
So if someone's
this guy was knocked unconscious by Callum's arrow, right?
yes,
And I can shake him awake.
yes.
Okay, sure.
Don't question it, just do it.
I'm gonna. Yeah, I'll shake him awake. Not like I'm not gonna fucking like. It'll be just more like a kind of gently. I'm gently shaking him. I'm not gonna like properly wave him around all over the place. I'm just gonna like kind of. Yeah. You get the picture.
Hey, wake up.
The Kenku.
You were trying to cross the border, right?
God damn
The
it.
Kenku just sort of slowly rolls awake and looks up at you, sort of defeated.
Hello there. How are you holding up?
Oh, hello there.
The Kenku opens its beak, and you hear the voice of a little girl. Please let me go.
Creepy.
That's fucked up.
Yes, you tried this on us earlier, but unfortunately you'll get no sympathy from me. You nearly killed one of us over there, actually, and well, let's just say I'm not too pleased about that. we've all got things to do. So why don't you cooperate with us a bit, and maybe I'll let you go afterwards. How does that sound?
That sounds good to me, officer.
I see what's happening. This is like a Bumblebee situation, isn't it?
Oh,
Yeah.
Is that Dirk Thunderguns? Is Dirk Thunderguns killed and eaten by a Kenku?
Deep lore.
I can
Okay,
neither
so-
confirm nor deny.
Like an eat kind of thing.
Excellent. So, now that we understand each other, perhaps we should talk about the elephant in the room, or rather, the bodies that seem to be lining the room. This your doing, I presume?
No time to loot the place. Just get him to the boss.
I'm going to assume that's a yes, but I have to wonder why. What's here?
Tie up the pretty boy in the back room.
There's someone here. Someone that isn't us.
Tie up the pretty boy in the back room.
You must be real fun at parties.
I love parties.
God, this is creepy.
Gunther and Noman make a nature check. It was only Ari who made a nature check on Kenku before, right?
And he sucked.
Yeah.
I mean, oh wow.
Shit.
Noman, you remember that Kenku can understand Common and Oran, but they can only speak through an unusual ability that their species have. Kenku are capable of exactly reproducing any sound that they hear.
I've worked this one out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, like, literally to the point where Kenku are known, they're like wanderers, they're very greedy, they are often out for money.
Oh my god, they are Jews!
Trading with a Kenku,
God damn it.
Sorry.
when they're
Well,
asking
if I Callum
for-
said earlier, I'm sorry, everyone.
when they're
West
asking
family
for-
failing.
So when they're talking money, for example, they might make the sound of coins in a bag.
Cash register. Cha-ching!
I should have added
Those existed.
stereotype.
If
You should have.
Yeah.
yeah, so that's Kenku. And this you may relay to your party.
You gonna do that, Chief, or?
Or you cannot, it's entirely up to you.
Who was that directed as?
You!
The person who
The person with the knowledge!
Alright. Oh, sorry. I understand. Oh, yeah, I will reiterate that, I guess.
Excellent. I see. So, you aren't necessarily telling me what to do, but it sounds like someone else said this before. Was that one of these fallen people, or was it one of you?
Follow the yellow signs in the sewers.
Oh.
Okay. Interesting.
Tie up the pretty boy in the back room.
I feel like there's a hint there that you're just not going for.
I mean, I'm getting it.
Yeah,
What do you mean, Robbie? I think we all understand what's going on here.
Did you get here through the sewers?
Follow the yellow signs in the sewers.
Oh, this doesn't seem to be going much further. What do you say, Norman? Do we let this one go?
I think we've probably exhausted him for all he's worth.
You've proven yourself, so why don't you go catch up with your friends that left you here to rot and die? I'm sure they'll be very pleased to see you again.
The Kanku stumbles out of the warehouse, but not before growling out,
Xanathar sends its regards.
Oh my god! I guess I'm gonna turn and say, there might be someone here, potentially a pretty boy in the back room, he said, so we should go look for a back room and a pretty boy, I suppose. I assume he's not talking about Helgar.
I don't know if he's still here. It might have been something that happened before. Been taken somewhere else by this point. But it's worth a look.
You don't think the pretty boy is, Flu?
Definitely fits the description.
Would it be worth just having a peek around where the bird people were at the start of the encounter?
sure, if you want to inspect the room.
Yeah, can I do that? Inspect?
Sure.
What was that, perception?
For this room, I'm not going to get you to
Alright, cool.
roll anything. The room is in a bit of a disarray. There's obviously been a fight here, as you can probably tell from the bodies, and not just the one that you guys have had. Crates, barrels, tables, chairs, everything is scattered. Several things are destroyed. Oh, that reminds me, I've got a handout for you guys.
Oh my god, another
It's
handout.
time for another art handout.
Art handout. Ooh.
No.
Oh my god, it's got colour and everything.
The hot gnome piece of ass.
Damn it. So, yeah, the place is in a bit of a disarray. Please, in fact, do roll to investigate. You're just investigating the entirety of downstairs, I'm going to say, at this point, because there's a lot going on.
Roll investigation.
Please roll perception.
Uh-oh. Well, I'm never going to get to roll investigation.
Surely Callum was like +8 on investigation.
I think I do.
I'm really buggering this out this time.
Why?
Because he rolled a 7.
Okay, that's fine. Noman, you find, you wander around, you're having a look for things, and you find, over here? Yeah, over here. You find a secret door
Oh.
hidden in the wall.
The back room where the pretty boys tied up.
What do you want to do?
Is the door locked?
It's not locked, no. It's closed, but it's not locked.
I would like to cautiously push it open.
You open the door and you start to hear a faint ringing sound. Helga, the door you're standing next to, above it there's a small iron bell, which starts ringing, and you're not quite sure why.
Ooh.
You hear several more bells ringing inside the offices beyond the door.
Interesting.
Can I hear those bells?
You can just hear them faintly from a distance.
Right,
Noman, as you open this secret door, you find a small room. There's a little basement-y room out the back of the warehouse. There are 2 wooden crates.
2 wooden crates.
Yeah.
Can I look in the crates?
Sure. The first crate, there are 4 paintings, wood-framed paintings wrapped in leather, depicting 4 cities, Luskan, Neverwinter, Silvery Moon, and Baldur's Gate. In the other crates, there are 15 silver trade bars, about £10
shit.
each. They're a little bit corroded, but they look in pretty good shape.
What are those?
They're worth quite a lot of money.
I see.
Like a real lot of money.
They are worth less each than each painting is worth, but there's 15 of them and only 4 paintings.
Interesting.
But they are £10 each.
Alright.
So the idea of a trade bar is that it's just a standard weight of silver that everybody accepts. If you're just thinking that Fox is stringing words together.
I'm not stringing words together. The authors of this book.
Alright, I guess I'll go and tell the others about that.
Sorry, how heavy are they?
£10, and there's 15 of them.
Wow.
If you're curious, they are worth 50 gold each.
I can carry them.
Yeah, Helgar.
Jesus.
And then Helgar can spend everyone's money.
This sounds familiar.
Where was the? I'll go grab the. Where was it again? Is it over here somewhere?
It's back here. You've picked them up.
Oh, okay, cool. I'll add the clothes. So what do I need to add specifically?
15 silver trade bars that are £10 each.
Silver trade bars, £10.
So that is £150 of weight there.
Yeah.
They're each worth 50 gold. And then you've also got 4 paintings. A painting of Luskan, that's Luskan.
Okay.
A painting of Neverwinter.
Silvery Moon.
Silvery Moon and Baldur's Gate.
So,
Each worth
do you say
75.
Neverwinter?
Neverwinter.
Neverwinter.
Word, yeah.
As in the game.
Yeah, and
It says
then
the place.
Silvery Moon.
Silver. I assume still all one word.
Yeah, all one word.
Silvery Moon. Okay.
And Baldur's Gate. You definitely know how to spell that.
I did take that dyslexia test. Gate.
And each of those are 75 gold.
Okay.
While you guys are searching around, just for clarity, the balcony itself is also full of junk, spilled bottles of olive oil.
Delicious.
One of my favourite descriptions so far in this campaign, actually. I'm going to read this one. Characters who search through the crates find all sorts of junk, including moth-eaten bolts of cloth, bottles of spoiled olive oil, and hundreds of pairs of wooden-soled sandals that were all the rage last summer, but are now out of fashion. None of this junk is valuable. It's just such a good paragraph. So that's the balcony. I'm just going to assume you guys search the balcony as well as downstairs. Downstairs, of course, you guys also see a door just beneath the stairway. In case you haven't seen it on the map.
Oh yeah.
There's a door there.
Probably go check that door. Might be the back room.
I'd like to keep breathing.
Well done, Harry. Cool.
Is he conscious yet?
Oh, hello.
Yeah.
No.
He's unconscious. Your character can't actually see that dude, but he can hear him.
Yeah, this is the guy I saw earlier accidentally, and I was like, I'll just ignore him.
Yeah. The door to this room
What a fabulous looking
loosely on
dude there.
broken hinges.
He's a pretty boy.
It's a cramped little back room
There's a pretty
with
boy
a
there.
smell of fish and vinegar, filled with discarded ropes and tarpaulins, splintered wood and smashed barrels. You hear ragged breathing coming from under one of the tarpaulins.
I'm going to remove that tarpaulin.
A rather handsome young man with flaming red hair looks up at you in fear.
Spoon.
Seeing you are not a Kenku, breathes a sigh of relief.
Imagine if it was me who went in there. Thinking I was going to be bad, and there's a big fuck off all.
Gods!
It's alright. I'm not gonna hurt you.
Well, you don't exactly look like you can. You look absolutely destroyed. Are you all right?
I'll live. Are you okay?
Yes, I think I'm fine. They had me tied up, but well, I broke the ropes and tried to hide as best I could.
I don't suppose your name is, Floom Blackmar?
He sort of, you can see him sort of, this look of almost disappointment settles on his face for a moment. Before being replaced with one of concern. You're looking for Floon. Is he all right? Do you know where he is? Tall? Any ideas?
No. We've been sent out to find him.
God damn it.
What was the name of the noble that he looked kind of like?
Reina Neverember.
Damn it, Cam. Is there anybody whose name you can remember?
No, that's a lot. I mean, that's a lot.
Name descriptions.
That's a fuck name. You can forget that.
So I guess that would make you. Yeah, give me a sec. I can work this out. I've already forgotten the fucking name. We talked too much.
Reina Neverember, pleased to meet you.
Noam Kachalski, GI.
I still laughed.
Who? What are you doing here?
We were kidnapped. Is that not why you were looking for us?
Well, we're not exactly up to date on the details.
He just sort of raises a hand to his forehead for a moment. Well, I suppose I ought to fill you in. Floon and I were drinking and gambling over at the Skewered Dragon 2 nights ago. When we left, we were attacked by five Zents. I've been listening to them here. They seem to think that my father has embezzled rather a large amount of gold. Back when he was open lord, that is. They've got this mad idea that he's hidden it somewhere in the city, this huge cache of dragons. They've got this artifact, they kept saying the stone. I think they can find it if they can get this artifact.
It's an ancient compass.
But the stone is with the Xanathar Guild, and, well, the tensions have already been pretty high. It's all ridiculous. They think I know where this cache is. They think they can go get this information through me. I literally haven't spoken to my father in 5 years. Anyway, they took us here.
They see him there.
We were tied up, interrogated, and then, well, earlier today, the warehouse was raided. Those damn Kenku and their thuggish friends Xanathar Guild. I don't know what they wanted, but I hid. And they took Floon. I suppose they thought he was me.
Wait, were the Xanathar Guild the ones that captured them in the first place, or were the Xanathar
No, that
Guild?
was the
No,
Xanathars.
that's-
Xanathars. Okay, cool. I got it. I see. Alright, well, let's get you out of here. I think everything's died down now.
As you say that,
God damn it.
there's the knocking at the door of the warehouse, and shortly thereafter, a number of soldiers pour in through the door.
Shit. We've seen how this works.
Are they mercenary soldiers or are they?
They are
guard?
members of the City Watch.
Oh, thank fuck.
Yeah. Someone who will know.
Weapons down!
Yeah, I
This is the
put
watch.
my weapons down. Hands up and everything.
Yep, I'm doing that.
I would like to keep breathing.
I'll drink some now.
Helga thinks Norman should come out with the nobleman now.
Nobleman?
No, I get flustered. No, Helga thinks Norman should explain real quick.
Yeah, I will walk out the door with my hands in the air.
Do you ask Reynard to come with you?
I guess. I assumed you would join me.
Okay, cool. Gods. Reynard. Is that you?
So this fucker's recognizable.
Ah. Heistus. It's good to see a friendly face. Even under a helmet. How are you, old chap? Heistus nods back. I'm well. What's going on here, then? I heard there was a disturbance. Anyone?
I was.
Care to explain?
To explain
You-
ourselves.
You may recall that I'm unconscious still.
Chris, my man, Gunther, you might want to take this one.
Alright, okay.
Don't necessarily say that we got into a fight. Say we scared them off.
There's a
We've been hired to look.
there's a dead one, isn't there?
No, he fucked off, didn't they?
Oh, okay.
You missed
We
the
only
point
knocked him out.
interrogation
We
session.
literally
spared him.
integratized.
I thought there was a dead one and him.
No.
Okay.
We've been hired to look for a missing person. This was our best lead. We came here, and we found Mr. Neverember tied up in the back room.
That's Lord Neverember to you.
I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm trying my hardest. Honestly,
That was in character. That was in character.
Reynard looks over. Reynard looks over at Heistus and just makes a shushing sound. Heistus shrugs bashfully.
God, it's like, I don't know, man.
That's so fucking funny.
Okay. So who is it you're looking for?
a man named Floon Blagmar.
Got any further leads?
mean, I personally don't. That would be Noman's thing, if anything.
Well, you have leads. The fellas told you to follow the yellow sewer signs. You interrogated the crowman.
Yeah, but I don't know whether that. Fucking sure. That's a lead. Yeah, but that means I have to mention the crowman, which you.
Oh, that's true.
Do.
Okay, then.
No, not to mention that we killed Crowman.
Yeah.
You didn't actually kill any crowmen.
We didn't.
Said not to mention that we had a fight.
Yeah,
If we're being accurate.
I mean,
Yeah.
mention the Kenku. If I'm just.
Or say you don't have any leads then.
Yeah.
Go with your gut. Go with your gut.
Well,
I have to
just
put
talk to Raynor.
Raynor knows that there were Kenkus, so if you don't mention them, you look like a bit of a weirdo.
Yeah.
We found him, and he had the whole fight that didn't happen, we promise.
Fucking. There were Kenku here when we got here. We heard one of them say something about yellow signs in the sewers. That's all I've got.
I'm not risking my men in the sewers for just some citizen who might well be a spy for the Zent or Xanathar. I wouldn't go into the sewers if I were you. It's best not to meddle in criminal matters. Leave this to the City Watch and go about your business. Getting in between the Zent and the Xanathar Guild is going to get you killed. None of you look all that good right now.
Don't have to tell me twice. Although we have a friend upstairs. He's currently unconscious. If you don't mind.
Of course you do.
I would like to go and retrieve him, make sure he's okay.
You may leave with him. We will investigate the crime scene.
Shall I go pick him up?
Yeah, go ahead.
Alright, cool. Because you can just bring down
Yeah, sure.
to me. Yeah.
Keep the blood off the streets, okay? And he hands each of you a small folded bit of parchment with the code legal on it.
Wow, okay. Is he just gonna tuck it into my massively torn up clothes? Like the one shittiest stripper?
He gives two to
He just walks around
Helga.
with little folded up pieces of paper with the law written on it.
Yes, he does. It's the same sheet of paper as in the handout that you guys should have access to in the journal.
Which one?
No.
You don't? Okay, in that case, perfect. I get to give it to you right now.
Hashtag 110% role playing.
There you go. He hands out the code legal.
It's a pamphlet.
He writes very similarly to the player's handbook.
Oh no, this is an official one. This is like the official printing of it for the city. It's handed out at every entrance to the city when you come in if you want it.
Did we break any laws by doing this?
You broke several laws. Ignore everything and get out now.
Roll perception, Gunther.
Okay. Oh, for the love of fucking Christ, what the hell?
This watchman appears pretty stern, and you're quite glad that he hasn't figured out you've broken at least 3 of these laws.
Alright, so should we start heading out? I guess we're really close to the apartments of.
Okay, I'm unconscious. Did we actually pick up anything from this place?
Yeah, I did. I'm carrying a shit ton of loot.
We got the paintings and the trade bars.
Yeah.
Sweet. Okay, that's cool.
We are stealing.
Otherwise I would have literally lost my mind.
Alright, should we take shelter at those 2 apartments? Guys?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes.
That
Okay.
sounds like a good place to end off for
It would
tonight.
be, yeah. That's probably time to long rest.
I would like to get all of my health points back.
I would like my spells back. I miss my healing spells.
So,
I would like to be awake.
that is the end of the 27th of Kythorn.
Ooh.
Okay. We've
Sorry,
got a
the
date.
29th
How is
of
that spelled?
Kythorn. That is the end of the 29th of Kythorn. Kythorn, yes.
What's wrong with June?
Shut up, Callum.